Hey guys, this is Preston, Director of the Direct Marketing Division inside of Federal Financial Group. And congratulations, if you're watching this, that means you've decided to take the next step in your career and move up in Federal Financial Group as a manager. What I want you to do right now is pause the webinar, grab a pen and paper, and take really good notes throughout this webinar. The test is all taken from questions from this webinar, so pay very close attention, pause it as you go through, and write down notes. I'm going to be going through this very quickly. This is a manager qualifications, responsibilities, and training webinar. The overview, we're going to talk about manager qualifications, manager responsibilities, and manager training. Qualifications to be a manager and open your own region. You have to hit Club 60. You have to train two people that have stuck with the company at least 3 weeks. You have to be with the company 3 months before you go open your region. You got to understand how we function, how the processes work. Then you have to understand mapping, means you've ran the team for 3 days. We'll get with your current manager, and they will turn the team over to you essentially for 3 days. You'll be doing the mapping, and you're responsible for their production and the results. And based on how that goes and the feedback from your current manager to us will determine whether we feel comfortable with you to go out and start your own region. Because it costs a lot of money in recruiting costs to get a new region going. So we've got to make sure you're ready. Also, you need to pass the test with 100% from this webinar. And then after you pass that test, you'll also have to pass an interview with the Vice President of the company, Brent Tixon. After that, you're free to go open your region. And Ryan and I will actually fly out to help you for the first 2 to 4 weeks get that region up to running as quickly as possible. Love your team. It's important that you have a business relationship established on trust and mutual respect between you and your teammates. You got to understand that your team won't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. When dealing with disciplinary actions or personal issues of a team member, it is important to do this in a private setting. This creates respect between manager and employee. Praise in public. Rack your brain for ways to compliment your troops when they do good things. You want to build up their confidence with sincere compliments. If it does not sound sincere and genuine, then it will have the opposite effect. Always stay positive, especially on tough days. This is crucial. If you lose your attitude, you can bet your team will as well. Alright, big part of planning. Stay supplied. Keep the care package in your car to ensure supplies are readily available. Survey and appointment sheets, as well as time cards. New hire packets should also be readily accessible when working with new hires. That'll make the difference one day between success and failure. I've seen a team run out of survey sheets and appointment sheets halfway through the shift, and it ruins the whole day. So get a binder, get a portfolio so you can keep a lot of papers in it and make sure you're always prepared. Access to the portal. Have your new hires save this link. You'll have a manager account so you can create new accounts for those who are hired on. I will train you on this, and of course when you open your own region. Have your team put in appointments every night. Have your team upload recordings every night. Here's the access to the Dropbox, the username and passwords there, so write that down. Mapping. Put time into mapping. Use Google Maps to track where your team has been. Use Street View on at least 4 spots in the area you're looking at. Keep in mind that from block to block, the housing value can vary. Have a backup plan. Pick a nearby secondary location and use it for your next area the following day. Knock only in the approved zip codes. Use the Zillow application. Knock in areas where the housing values are between only $200,000 to $400,000. You can also find out which year the house was built. This can be useful in finding newer developments and trends in each area. You'll get a feel for what's good and what's not as you continue to map. Hours of operation. Your team needs to know that their job is permanent. Getting out to the field late means you work less hours and get a smaller paycheck. Get your team in the habit of meeting on time each day. If someone is 15 minutes late, leave them. Make them use a sick day. If they've used their sick days, give them a written warning. It's not fair to the rest of the team to have them wait. Also, lunches can linger on and on unless your team knows beforehand the length of your lunchtime breaks. Doing these things will create job security and loyalty with your team. Knock through the whole shift. to ensure that your team members will produce at least one appointment per hour. Never leave early. Most of the appointments are going to be set between 5:30 and 8 o'clock p.m. Those are the prime time hours. Remember, there are excuses, reasons, and results, and the first two don't matter. Discipline your troops. A time to give and a time to take. When it comes to keeping your team members accountable, you need to be consistent. You are their boss. They may not like you, but they will respect you. Make sure they understand from the beginning what the expectations are. You must help them understand why the rules are so important and what the consequences are if they're broken. First offense, written warning. Second offense, they're fired. That's simple. Tablet policy. HiQ Voice Recorder is the Android app to use. Recorder Plus is the iPhone app to use. Must record every appointment in order to be paid. The Dropbox. Recordings must be sent to the Dropbox and uploaded completely every night in order for you to get paid, as well as your team. Have team upload recordings at a Wi-Fi location after each shift. A McDonald's or Starbucks works great. All right. Tablets need to be collected at the end of each shift by the manager and charged that night. Always have a few tablets on hand for interns to use. Also remind everyone to keep their cell phone charged, as well as to bring their cell phone chargers so they can charge their cell phones during lunch. Let's talk about security for the tablets. Tablets are to be kept secure on and off the field. They are costly to replace, and a broken or lost tablet can damage your team's productivity. It is your responsibility to keep them under lock and key at your home. Keep the tablets locked inside your vehicle when left unattended. Do not allow friends or strangers to play with the tablets, as they are for work purposes only. You as a manager are responsible for the tablets. You need to have them fill out a tablet usage agreement. Take a picture and email to Ryan before they can use a tablet. Manager training. We're going to talk about the new hire, time cards, recordings, sales meetings, the conference call, and the vision. All right, the new hire process. So you get a new guy in your email from Ryan or I. You need to give them a welcome call as soon as you get it. Planning their first day is crucial. Day of observation is their first day. They're just to watch. Based on that day, they either stick or they quit. So let's kind of break this down with the new hire process. Welcome call. Call them as soon as you can. Remember, they may still be job hunting. The more time that goes by, the less chance they will show their first day. Be friendly and enthusiastic. Make sure you solidify their start day and that they know exactly how to get to your meeting spot. Planning. Make sure you use your calendar. Organization is key. Make sure you schedule them to meet you 30 minutes before your team arrives to give you time to go through their intern packet and have them fill everything out. Understand that before you override a new recruit, you need to take a picture of all the docs in the new intern packet and send to Ryan's email. It's the sticking factor. Remember, they're still trying to decide if they can and want to work with you. The sticking factor is their perception of the first day. You want to have a new person shadow you or whoever your best door knocker is at the time. The more appointments they see someone set, the better odds of them sticking with it. Time cards. Make it their responsibility. When you give them the time card, you need to explain that it is their responsibility to keep track of their own time card. They're to only put the time down when they get out of the car to knock, and when they get back in the car from knocking. This does not include lunch break. We don't pay guys to eat lunch. Then they are to make sure you sign their time card at the end of each shift and turn it into you at the end of the week. And then you take a picture of their time card and send it to Ryan. Your responsibility as a manager is to cover 50% of the hourly wage that is paid to a new intern. You will not receive an override on the new hire until 50% of their gross pay has been settled. The goal is to get them off hourly pay as soon as possible. If by the end of the second day you feel they do not have what it takes, then cut your losses and let them go. Recordings. What you need to do after their first day of observation. If they don't have a smartphone, teach them how to use a tablet. After they fill out a tablet agreement form, of course, then teach them how to upload recordings to the Dropbox. If they have a smartphone, help the new intern download the Dropbox on the phone and appropriate recording device. Train them how to upload recordings correctly. make sure they can only upload a recording with only the 10 digits. And then you want to show them how to input the appointments on the portal. Then you create the portal for them and show them, of course, like I just mentioned, how to enter those appointments online. Show them how the reports work and how they can track their appointments. Lead order. Hitting lead order is the primary job of the manager. As a manager, you must get within 10% of the lead order each week. You have a 10% window under or above the lead order. You or the interns won't be paid on any appointments in excess of 10% of the order. The financial planners rely on our appointments. As a manager, you need to realize that the telemarketing companies would set exactly the amount of appointments that the agents need. You must do the same. The families of the agents depend on the law of averages as well. If you are short on lead order, it causes huge problems. Train your guys on how important lead order is. Remember this when they give you excuses or reasons why they can't work. This is why we have rules, and it is your job as a manager to stick to the rules like glue. If you feel you might not hit lead order, you have until 3 p.m. each Tuesday to let Ryan know if you feel you might not hit lead order. He will then contact IMS and put in an order to make up the difference you feel you might not be able to get. 3 p.m. on Tuesday is a cutoff time to put in a lead order. Put in a lead order to IMS, which is a telemarketing center. Let's talk about sales meetings. A motivated group will always achieve better results. Have a sales meeting with your team at the beginning of every week for 1 hour. Praise those in public that are doing well. Announce those who ranked up and who hit the club incentives. Help everyone set personal goals that week, but more importantly, help them identify their why. The why is the reason why they want to hit their goals. It's what motivates them. Always announce a fun incentive for the week. And let the guys know if they don't show up for the sales meeting, they don't qualify for the incentive that week. Conference calls. As a manager, you're required once a week to get on a conference call where we may be announcing changes that we would like everyone to be aware of. We will also be announcing the incentives for the week, and if you are not on time within 5 minutes of the start time, you will not qualify for the incentive that week. Alright, let's talk about vision for a second here. The vision of our dreams is what inspires us to act. Pat Riley said that, one of the best coaches of all time. If you help enough people get what they want, you will get what you want. If you want to be a great leader, you must be able to help others get what they want. You must be able to help them create a vision or a dream. Once you help them develop a crystal clear picture of what kind of life and dreams they can accomplish, you must be prepared to help them, because at that point you have won their loyalty, and from there the sky is the limit. As a manager, you must sit down and develop your why. Ryan and I want to help you achieve whatever that why is. Ryan and I have sold out to this project. We are committed to help anyone who wants to open their own region. Our goal is to get this direct marketing division expanded throughout